The SA Transport and Allied Workers Union says attacks on truck drivers in the country need urgent government attention and intervention. This follows an arson incident on the M3 that was in the early hours of Sunday morning, which left 6 trucks torched. It's believed that a gang of armed men forced 6 drivers to stop their vans at Van Reenen's Pass before setting the vehicles alight. The motive for this attack is unknown. Let's unpack the story further. We're joined this morning by SATAWU's General Secretary, Jack Mazibuko. Jack, great to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for coming on to the AM report. The costs to the logistics industry in the country and to the country at large in a context where trucks transport 80% of goods in South Africa, surely at this point, Jack, is overcountable.
That's true, and thank you very much, firstly, for having SATAWU on your show. We are very much worried about the constant attack on truck drivers and the truck in general. And we are worried about the cost to the truck because we understand that the truck drivers or the truck industry is transporting 80% of goods in South Africa, and it's one of the sectors that is moving the economy on a daily basis. The attack on truck drivers and the truck does not only put the lives of our members at risk, but it's also put the economy of the country at risk. And at SATAWU, we are very much worried that if these attacks are not kept, the perpetrators are not being arrested, we'll see a serious crisis, a serious decline of jobs within the industry.
Yeah. And this is not new, is it, Jack? I mean, these kinds of attacks have been going on for upwards of 6 years, if not longer than 6 years. Whenever we report on the story, we say that the perpetrators are not known, but the attacks themselves are incredibly well coordinated.
True. We have learned at SATAWU that the attackers now, they have developed a new strategy of hiding themselves and using a serious ammunition to destroy the trucks. And in our view, they are not advancing the workers' issues that all these years we've been known when workers were complaining about the employment of the foreign drivers in the industries. In our view, this type of attack of now recently, it's a serious element of criminality and it needs government to pay serious attention to it. We have been engaging with government on many occasions that they need to make sure that they put intelligence that will try to cap and slow down this type of attack in the trucking industry. And we are very much disappointed to learn that the arrest that has been made, none of the perpetrators has at least given a sentence for the crimes that they have committed. And this is worrying us.
So you're saying that part of the problem here is also, yet again, I mean, we're just reflecting on 2 years since the July unrest in Gauteng and KZN. You're saying that part of the failure here is also a failure of intelligence?
Definitely, sure. It's a failure of intelligence. You'll understand that the N3 it's a biggest road in the country that moves a lot and lots of the South African goods to the harbour, from the harbour to other provinces. Therefore, considering the number of incidents that took place 2 years back, surely the government will have improved its intelligence around this N3 route.
Yeah. So you know, when we talk about the issues facing the trucking industry, Jack, you know, take us back to that task team that was formed and that 11-point plan that was agreed to in the industry, I think it was a year ago, to try and address various issues around recruitment and the employment of foreign nationals.
We tried our level best from the labor side and Truck Drivers Association, together with government, to find a solutions to all the concerns that were raised. But the problem that we are having, the only time this tax team get invited to a meeting to take forward the decision that has been taken, it is when there is an incident like this one that happened in N3 in the morning of the 8th. Other than that, if there is no incident, the government is not bothered to call this tax team to finalize its work. This is frustrating us as the trade union. This is frustrating us as the industry.
Yeah. I mean, have you as SATAWU investigated whether your members are involved in these attacks?
We are still working on that. We are still investigating as to who are these companies. Are they one of our members involved? We will get that report during the day today.
So you're waiting for that report. Outside of that, what's the way forward here for the industry, Jack?
We are going to write a letter again today to the Minister of Police and the Minister of Transport to try to have the discussion around this issue, because in our view, this is just the beginning. A lot of incidents are still to come. So the sooner the better we keep this issue. We will engage with them and try to find a solution, even though we know that at some point they really don't take this matter serious. But the economy of the country, it is in a serious crisis.
What do you mean, Jack, that there are a number more incidents to come? Is that a threat to the sector?
No. It's not a threat to it is, let me put it in this way. It is a threat to the sector considering the incident that happened for the past 2 years. And now we have learned from that time that when there is this type of incident is one incident after the other. So we are worried with a slow pace that the government is moving in to try to cap other incidents that might happen.
Jack Mazibuko, let me thank you for your time this morning. He speaks on behalf of the South African Transport and Allied Workers Union, this latest attack on several trucks on the N3 in the early hours of yesterday morning, leaving 6 trucks torched.